They remade the classic Sonic. I got a weapon! I got it! They did it! Sonic Mania is a dream come true for the return of the classic Sonic genre. Right off the bat it catches your eye by how colourful it is, especially with the sound music what's playing in the background. Sonic Mania is the game for the classic Sonic fans out there, and at long last their wishes come true. They got a traditional Sonic game. Gets me teared up just thinking about it. It's been so long. It's a colourful 2D platforming game what can be fast paced with a lot of references to past Sonic games. If you can't tell, I love this game. It goes back to the 16-bit era graphical style. It feels like I'm playing the next game on from Sonic and Knuckles. For the story, Dr. Robotnik gets hold of this ruby what controls time, so it's up to Sonic and friends to stop Dr. Robotnik and his robots. So throughout the old game, some levels will seem very familiar as you go through time. The main characters you play as is Sonic, Tails and Knuckles. Those of you used to the classic Sonic games, you will know this system. It works just like the save file out of Sonic 3. The controls feel natural, it makes you feel right back at home. Sonic's got a new move now called the drop dash. It can be very useful for those of you who speedrun. Just like out of Sonic and Knuckles, Knuckles can glide and climb walls to find these hidden items and go in alternate routes to Sonic, and Tails can fly for a short time. If you're a newcomer, I recommend playing as Tails first, so you can find these hidden pathways and items throughout the stages. Tails is more of a help in this one if you're playing Sonic and Tails. You no longer have to pick up the other controller to fly Sonic's arse around any longer. I thought this feature is what the old games missed. And the elemental shields have made a comeback also, and the original Wild Wild shield is back. Some of you might think, what the fuck am I talking about? But I called this it all the way back to Sonic 1 on the Mega Drive, and it just stuck with me all the way until today when you pop that box and it makes the original sound. That's getting off topic now, back to the elemental shields. With additional fire shield can set things on fire, and the electric shield acts like a magnet on certain zones. I thought that was a brilliant idea, having these affect the environment around you, and you can lead to extra goodies throughout the levels. I enjoyed the art style and the level design. It returns to the multiple pathways that you can take in the act, so it always rewards you for exploring new routes and remembering the level's layout. It can feel a bit familiar from time to time, where it takes certain parts from the old Sonic games and then puts its own design and remix on the levels with some new mechanics to add. I even noticed the background is on and they're looking good, and adds a trace to sense where these levels are located. I'm fond of these new gimmicks where you freeze yourself and go through the ice blocks, and I can't forget about the iconic bubble. These elements put a new fun spin on the stages, and I'm glad that they're here. Knuckles' levels are a bit different on some of the stages, where his story is different from Sonic and Tails. I think my favourite level is the Western theme one. I enjoyed the Sky Chase level. I can't believe I missed again. Also the artwork, especially when you see Dr. Robotnik driving that train to the second act boss fight where it had all the callback characters. There are so many callbacks to previous Sonic games littered throughout the whole game. And it's the little touches like these what makes it much appreciated. One of the levels what make a return is the oil one out of Sonic 2. I hate this stage. When it came up in Mania, I thought, oh fuck, not again. On contrary, in Mania, to my surprise, I enjoyed it. Setting the oil aflame, the submarine bit, it turns the level into something that I like. The boss fights are back on every act, especially on the boss's techniques on the way how you defeat them. And once when I learned the pattern, it did bring that smile back on my face. I was so happy that this came back and I didn't realise how much I missed this. Although it does pain me to say there are difficulty spikes in certain boss fights, and again, once when you learn the pattern, they're not really a threat anymore. The bit that left me puzzled was this boss fight on the Chemical Plant Act 2 where you play this game called Mean Machine. I never encountered this before and it felt a bit weird and out of place, although I do like the creativity on this and it's something different, and I was told that it referred to a safe game of the past, and for me, I related it to Tetris. There are surprising boss fights that you're going to enjoy. I found it fun using Dr. Robotnik's machine against him. It filled that nostalgia feeling that I had when I was playing this all the way back when I was a little shit. It kind of a little treat saying, I know. What the fuck was that? Bonus stages have returned where you hit a checkpoint with a certain amount of rings. It's the collect the orb stage again. How it works is hit the red ones, it's KO out of the special stage, and as time passes it speeds up and at the end you get a coin out of it. What works to unlock new modes like debug mode. However, I wish there was more bonus stages like from Sonic 3 as in certain item ones. And as for the Chaos Emerald stages, the big ring has made a return. Also, they're hidden throughout the locations in the levels. With this one, you've got to chase the UFO. It's similar to Sonic CD, sort of. Collect the blue orbs to make you go faster, although the more faster that you go, more harder it is to control. It adds to that little challenge to it, and the rings to extend your time. It will take a bit of time to get used to this. On the other hand, once when you got it, you'll be blasting through these in no time. I love the fact that every character has a super form now. I thought it was a good idea that they mapped the superpower to a different button, so no longer you're activating it by accident. And yes, you can still blast through it overpowered as fuck, and it's so enjoyable being super and go through all these levels. Oh, I love this mode. It's all the hard work being paid off or doing the bonus stages, and if you manage it, you're going to have a blast with it. The only thing that I got annoyed with is that you can go through the whole zone and die throughout the second act and get the game over screen. You got to start again from act 1 of the zone. This can be annoyingly frustrating if you're stuck on an act 2 boss fight. The classic versus mode is back. Unfortunately, it's only local. I would like to see this online, although I'm glad that they added it in. There's a mode called Time Attack where you go through the whole level as fast as possible to try and beat your own score. I think the speedrunners are gonna love this the most. I was so happy that now you can play as Sonic and Knuckles on the same screen while playing, although you do have to unlock it, and unfortunately it doesn't save them both, so you have to go through it all on one sitting. I didn't find Sonic Mania too difficult. Nevertheless, if you play the original, don't worry, it's not really annoying as Sonic 2 last boss fight. I love the new animations, they didn't go too far with it. They seem to upgrade it from the classics, like Tails flying, Knuckles gliding, and so on. I like that some acts it shows a little in-game animation as Sonic getting wet at the beginning of the stage, and new enemy animations all feel right to Dr. Robotnik himself. I thought the cutscenes at the intro to the game is brilliantly done. It's that old style cartoon of Sonic CD and it got me to watch it. Usually when games do this I skip over it, but this was interesting. Now that gets me to the soundtracks, and the new soundtracks and remakes of the old ones are to die for. I felt right at home for this game, especially the Chaos Emerald level stages. It all goes well, that retro game style of the old Sonic game. To my surprise, the game's longer than I thought. I lost track of my first playthrough of the game. I think that it might be around about 2, maybe 3 hours, yet this game is meant to be played multiple times and I was glad to do it. And now onto the DLC. It adds 2 new characters, Mighty the Armadillo and Ray the Flying Squirrel. You can play these on the original mode or the new mode called the Elcor mode, where it adds the team-like style gameplay, where you can swap the characters out throughout the levels with a TV box. However, if you lose a member, they act like lives. If you die, you have to get a TV box to get them back, or get them back in the bonus stages. And the new bonus stages, Pinball, what replaces the Blue Spear game, was a welcome. And the Chaos Emerald stages are more difficult and there seem to be different filters on the levels now. So in the end, I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10 and I'd definitely recommend it. If you like the classic Sonic games, for me, I couldn't stop playing it. It hit every aspect that the old games did. And I hope that we get a sequel to this that's just as good as Mania. It's been a long time that I've actually looked forward to a Sonic game. That's if there's gonna be a sequel to this. So have you played it? What would you give this game? Leave it in the comments below. Until next game, I'm fucking off. And the elemental shields are bang. And if you double jump with the elemental shields, it still activates their special powers on it. The bit that left me puzzled was the boss fight on the Chemical Plant Act 2, where you play this game, Mean Machine I think it's called. I never encountered this before and it felt like a bit of a weird